What is up, y'all boys? Been a little minute. Actually, no, I guess we'll just do a little update video today. I ain't gonna lie, I've been like kind of in a funk, bro. Like, I've been kind of like cooked up in the mental. Um, I don't even know why, cause it's not even like things were necessarily going bad. I mean, I had a couple days where Facebook was underspending. I never got to bump budgets again since I initially lowered budgets, like I think like a week ago now. Kind of had a couple more competitors come to the market and start ripping my shit, which was also annoying. Um, Regardless, like it kind of felt like I was I was operating at a level that was decent, and I kind of like fell into a slump, and then I felt like nothing I was putting out was really working. And granted, I just ended up just looking at the data. Um, and executing in a different way. Like I'm making shorter VSLs. I'm going away from the 7 and 8 minute structures that I have been putting out. I'm actually going back to like 3 to 4 minute structures, which honestly have been performing pretty decent. On Sunday, Facebook. So we had 2 days. One day that was like a 2.2 ROAS, and the next day was a 2.5 ROAS, and the next day was like a 0.9 ROAS because Facebook overspent budget. Like it literally spent double the budget on Sunday. Unprofitable as shit. And I was just letting it rock. Because for one, I was hoping it bounced back, and then once it hit budget, I didn't expect it to keep spending until like it had literally spent like $400 or $500, and I only had like 2 sales. And I was like, bro, what the frick? You know what I'm saying? Because the last 2 days I was green, and I was like, I mean, I can eat the losses because over the last week I was at like I was pretty positive like on the week itself. So I was like, I guess I'll just let Facebook do its thing, and it held me. And then on Monday, I don't think it was that good on Monday, or I think it underspent like $200, but I was profitable at like a 1.8 ROAS or something. And then it did that. I think this during the week I was only unprofitable one day by like $200, and then today Facebook actually overspent again, but this time it was like wildly profitable. Like we had a 3 ROAS this morning, and it had spent like a whole bunch of the budget, but and I was gonna bump it, but honestly, I'm kind of moving away from like the whole bumping shit. I'm kind of like cool off of that. I'm just doing like nightly bumps. I'm not trying to surf or no shit like that. Like, sorry, maybe I have a different view on that in like a month or two, but I just don't want these ups and downs. I mean, of course, the ups and downs come with it, but like, just like letting Facebook just rock out and then bump either tonight or tomorrow. Granted, if around like 1 or 2 we have like performance continues, and I probably bump budgets like 15%. But niggas that be like doubling budgets midday, boy, y'all must be fucking phobia full and have your pockets full, because I'm not doing that shit. Sorry. But yeah, I'm kind of doing a whole bunch of new concepts, and honestly, it makes me really grateful for the team that I have. My customer service rep, like she's doing her thing. I do need to create like an email automation flow for Chinese New Year's, because now we're getting it like we're like 4 or 5 days in where orders haven't been shipped. Customers aren't complaining yet, but I probably should put out that fire before it starts burning type thing, because right now we just have no communication. So I can either pay my email shawty to go ahead and just manually pull the emails, or I can set up a Klaviyo flow. Regardless, we should probably I got to do something about that, like literally in the next 2 days. Also got to make sure all my P&L sheets are in order, because I got to send that over to my tax accountant so I can file taxes for last year. And then, which is all that's a fucking pain in itself. And I'm also grateful for my editor, bro, because for one, we've been working together for a long time now. Both my team, like we've been working together. They got hired around the same time. We've been working together for months now. And for one, like he wants to continuously grow. Like we're getting on calls every single week to just go over the ad account together and like just do learnings together. And honestly, that's something that I had always thought about doing, but he had actually like brought it up on his own, asking him like, what are the skills he can learn, and yeah, bro, essentially just trying to grow his knowledge more, and kind of he wanted to look at the ad account and like just kind of understand like things, because usually, okay, like I'll look at data and I'll be like, okay, here's the focus that we're doing, like we're doing this type of hook because it's performing the best. And I feel like I'm just continuously getting all these little pieces that will eventually come together. Like I have kind of made a way to systemize a way to hit 50% hook rates almost consistently. Now I figured out a way to make sure I don't get a hook rate that's less than 45%, which is amazing, right? And then now I've been working on how to make my holds at least 20%, and I'm gonna see if I can get that number up a little bit more. I've also found a way to essentially like increase intent within the lead by adding a qualifier, which is just things that I just ended up. I mean, these are all concepts that I kind of knew and that were just floating around in my brain, but I've been like kind of executing them in a different way. Once again, I reduced the length of the VSLs because what started happening is people were curious about what was going on, but they didn't want to watch like, an 8, 9, 10 minute VSL, and it's partially a skill issue, right? But at the end of the day, people were still clicking through. Like I was looking at the retention drop off, like 25, 50%, 75%, 100%, 95% autumn shits, and just seeing like, okay, at what rate are people dropping off? And just because they drop off, that doesn't mean they scroll. That could mean they click through, right? So I was like, maybe people aren't watching because, like, let's say like only 100 people got to the 95% of my ad, or like the CTA is, and the risk reversal, and 75% is when I actually bring up the product. And like, let's say 100 people got to that 75% point, but I have 200 clicks. That means people are clicking through way before I even talk about the product, and then they get to the start of the quiz funnel and then they just drop off because why are they going to the quiz? They don't even know what they're about to see, right? They're interested, so that interest is there, but the desire and the intent isn't being built because the ads are too long. And that's probably not a problem that y'all be dealing with, because I don't really know too many other people that are doing 8, 9, sometimes. I think I had an ad the other day that was 8 minutes and 50 seconds. Shout out to my editor because I probably should shout out to him. But so we're having to refocus. In the back of my head, I kind of don't even like talking about the brand anymore because, bro, that's for like once you get competitors, bro, you start thinking crazy. Who knows? Because the community is like the e-com space is weird as fuck, bro. But yeah. So I'm shortening down the videos to around like 3 minutes. I'm doing a hard cap on every ad, and we already had 2 ads that have had that philosophy of a just reduced word count at around 5 to 6 minutes. And right now, those ads currently have $20 and $15 CPAs in the ad account with over $100 spent today alone. Yesterday, they also did pretty well at like $60 in spend. Mind you, it's a CBO, so like Facebook's just giving them budget as it does. And yesterday I had like 3 sales at like a $20 CPA, so pretty decent. And we're just gonna continue going off that. And I'm also like kind of, because we're reducing the length of the ads, we're actually able to get more ads out every single week, and scripting doesn't take us long either. So I'm also like going on Get Hooked, and I just did it with my editor the other day, and we just kind of looked at different ad concepts that we need to implement. And this is why I'm also grateful for him, because like before I was always feeling like, okay, I kind of have to like, this is how it is for you, the people that you work with. Like you have to build out systems for them so that they understand how to do something one time, but once you build the system, they can consistently do said task. And now that I took the time to teach him how to use AI, and I'm also about to teach him how to make his own UGC, it's something that he's just able to do. Like I literally showed him a concept that I liked. We looked at it together, and then like I just sent him an audio of how we should do the execution for the lead. And bro, he just fucking did it, bro. He just did it. And before I kind of had a limiting belief that I kind of had to, it would be more straining to do things that I haven't already taught him. But he's just a competent individual, and he's able to execute at a good level. So I'm really excited for that ad to go into the ad account. Like, yeah, it's actually, it looks really, really fire. And we have another solution aware ad angle that I'm going to try out as well. And just layering out the ad account. I feel like right now I have a better idea of like how Facebook works in comparison to how I used to believe it did. How, you know, the ads and the ad account work together, how you can really trust Facebook to just do its own thing. And something that I used to consider when I had the longer ads was actually making a separate campaign or separate ad sets that would target the people that watch up to certain parts of the video. So let's say somebody only watched the problem mechanism part of the video, making another campaign with ads to target people that only watched up to 25%. That was just an idea that I have, but I don't think right now at the lowest level of scale that I'm at, that even makes sense to do. But just kind of understanding, I don't know, I kind of been watching a lot of YouTube, which honestly I'm about to stop now, because I just made a video talking about be conscious about what you consume, and I've been just bored as fuck, and I've been wanting to consume stuff, but there's just no point. I feel like that's probably part of where my anxiety came from, because I'm watching, y'all probably don't even know who this man is, but Jeremy Haynes. I ain't gonna lie, I kind of like his content, but a lot of people like the social media marketing space and how they look at Facebook, and everybody talks about broad ad sets and all that stuff on this side. Over there they talk about whole different things because they have different like lead gen structures and all that stuff, and there's just so many ways to use Facebook. I don't know, there's just so many different ways to use Facebook. One thing that this man Jeremy Haynes says, he always talks about $1 million months, and how like the statistic from the the Department of Labor or something like that is like, it's like a 1% or 0.1% of businesses actually hit $1 million a month. And on top of that, it was like, bro, what else was it? Oh, until you hit like, I think it's like 40 or $50 million a year, your business is considered a small business until you're doing. So not only is it highly unlikely to hit $1 million a month, you're not even considered a bigger business until you do literally like, what's that, like 3x, 4x? I don't know. I'm not gonna do this math on top of my brain. No, 40 mil, I guess like 4x, or like really 3x. That just crazy, man. And then also look at this content that's geared towards a lot of beginners, and I'm just like, bro, I hate the way that people talk about business. And it's a lot of people that are trying to sell info, and I mean, like, it's just the ups and downs, bro. Like, Can everybody make it? Yes. Will everybody make it? No, because you gotta be wired a certain type of way, because you will be tried and tested, and until you actually build skills, you will not make money. And if you do make money before you build skills, you're going to fall off and you're gonna go right back to zero, because you won't be able to sustain the level of, I guess, output that you have. You won't be able to sustain the level of success you have because you don't know how to sustain it. So honestly, almost the worst thing that can happen to you is, because I feel like this happens to everybody. It's happened to me. Like, I was doing ecom. I made my first little bit of money. I was like, I'm that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can, not even say nobody can tell me nothing, but like, I felt like, I don't know. It just, you kind of fall into this slump and you have to learn again, right? And the next time you learn, you can really go. But I feel like one of the worst things that can happen to you is like the first thing you do, or like one of the first things you do in business, it just works, and you might get conceited off of that, and then when you crash, boy, you burn up. And bro, it depends on what type of person you are if you can get up after that. Now, the video's already about to be 15 minutes. I'm about to go ahead and get back to work. I got another ad I want to script. I actually like scripting these 3-minute ads because I'm able to just get them out faster. Like when it comes to the scripting process, because like 1 7 or 8 minute ad might take me, like, bro, it might take me a grip. The funny part about the 8 minute ads, people would literally watch people wouldn't get to the problem mechanism until like maybe like a minute and 30 seconds in, or like a minute 20, and then from the problem mechanism to where the product was introduced would be like a 4-minute span of like niggas just watching the video. And I was still able to scale off of those ads, which is crazy. So I guess that's a testament to like my copywriting ability to an extent, even though part of my slump was I was feeling like, bro, I'm ass. Like, I don't know, I just had a real slump, bro, a real deal slump. But if I just condense it, bro, literally my historical spender was a shorter ad anyways that like spent the most it ever spent. So yeah, we're just gonna go fall back into doing that shit. All right, y'all boys. I hope y'all been getting after it. As always, if y'all ever want to talk to me, y'all got any questions for me, I try to link my Discord, but I guess you can't like link a Discord, so you just follow me on IG, text me on IG, you know, comment on the YouTube, bro. Anytime, bro. Hey, y'all boys be easy.